Today I am talking pine that has been roasted not once, but twice. Stick around. Hey everybody, it is Aaron at Warmoth, and this is a Warmoth Tele replacement body from sugar pine that has been roasted not once, but twice. And I know you want an explanation for that, and here it is. This has been in a forest fire. It was reclaimed after that fire and roasted again for stability, and then Warmoth was able to procure a certain amount of it that we have turned into some killer guitar bodies. And if you want the details, basically this was a forest fire that happened in the Umpqua National Forest in 2020. And just as an aside, I had already heard of Umpqua because they make my favorite kind of ice cream in the whole world. My other favorite kind is Tillamook, which also comes from Oregon, ironically. But anyway, back to the story. From the Umpqua National Forest. It happened in 2020 and was called the Archie Creek Fire. And of course, before I go on, this is not to make light of any people who suffered hardship or economic damage. This is not to make light of the environmental damage that, of course, always happens when there's a forest fire, you know, or all the hardship to the wildlife there. But like all reclaimed wood, this is to, I guess, celebrate the fact that it didn't go to waste. You know, reclaimed wood usually comes from something that is otherwise going to go to waste, like a demolished building or a warehouse or a barn or something. Well, after the fire was done and during the cleanup efforts, there was a lot of timber that was in danger of crashing onto structures, crashing over roads, and of course that had to all be cleared out. And it was scheduled to be pulped and turned into paper, I guess. But somebody said, no, wait, that is perfectly usable wood. And they salvaged all that timber and roasted it so it would be stable. And Warmoth was able to get a certain amount of it, enough to make 40 bodies. So we have 40 bodies made of this forest fire wood that has been double roasted. And a lot of it has knots like this and the very cool grain that you're used to seeing in a pine body. Some of it also has these black streaks in it, which I can only assume is an artifact of having been through a forest fire. And some of it doesn't have any knots or marks at all. It's just a nice piece of pine on both sides. And most of those pieces we have put some kind of a burst finish on. But of course, any of the wood that has knots or really cool markings, we've just kind of let the wood speak for itself. But one thing all these bodies do have in common is they have our natural semi-gloss finish on it, which is just perfect for these kind of bodies. It's a very thin finish. It's a semi-gloss and it sinks into the grain so you can really see the grain structure. It looks great on like swamp ash or pine. And I hope you can see how it's just kind of sunk into the grain. You can feel that. It doesn't have that perfectly smooth feel like poly does. It almost, honestly, it almost feels like nitro. It's just really, really almost satin. It's almost satiny. Here's the back of this one. I really hope you can see how that is just kind of sunk into the grain there. And then one thing I should also mention is this. And this is the universal Tele route that we are putting on a lot of our Tele replacement bodies now. And it will fit most pickups that you want to put in the neck of a T-style guitar. It'll fit, of course, a Tele neck pickup, a humbucker, a Strat neck pickup. And it gets covered over by the pick guard, obviously, so you don't see the big route, but it allows you to swap things out or fit whatever you want in there. So when you see this route, that's what that is. And like I said, we had enough wood to make 40 of these bodies. Most of them are either Tele replacement bodies or vintage Tele replacement bodies. We also have a certain amount of Strat replacement bodies that we made. So if you're interested in this, get over to the Warmoth website. There'll be a gigantic image on the front page. Just follow that link and you'll be able to see all the bodies and grab the one you want, because like I said, there are only 40. So all your questions can be answered at the website. If you still have questions, give our customer service reps a call. They'll be happy to walk you through grabbing the one you want. And until next time, keep on picking.